and this is the Daggerheart compatible class, Myrmidon. It's been years since I've designed for a game that wasn't my own, and I used to design a lot for Pathfinder, and I've been designing a lot for Daggerheart now. Is it because I like the game a lot, or is it just because I'm autistic and I'm hyper-focusing? You be the judge. Now, the Myrmidon is what I like usually in tabletop role-playing games, especially fantasy one, a gish. If you don't know what a gish is, it comes from the Gitsarai and Githyanki. They had these special warriors that could combine their martial prowess and their spells. Basically a mystic knight, you know, a spell blade, if you will be so kind. However, I didn't like the name spell blade because, well, they don't always use blades, you know what I mean? So the Myrmidon combines martial prowess and spellcasting ability. That is why their domains are Arcana and Blade. So they have a lot to choose from. Originally I was deciding between Blade and Codex, but I ended up choosing Blade and Arcana because I felt, you know, the Codex one looks really good, it's really meaty, you get a lot of bang for your buck, but I like the utility that Arcane also gives you, plus it makes the class feel a little bit more focused. It has magic, and it has weapons split down the middle, and that's why I made it that way. Now, one of the cupstones that I love, especially back in the day, 3.5, the Dust Blade, they could infuse their weapon with magic and then cast a spell through it. I remember the Sauberer class, a class that I designed for Pathfinder, that did the same thing. So for this one, I designed it an ability called Spell Combat. Now, even though it's called Spell Combat, you actually have a lot of utility for it outside combat. So in Spell Combat, you take one of your domain cards, you vault it, say bye-bye, and then you get a bonus to your next roll, equal to the level of the card you vaulted. And if you use it for combat, besides getting a bonus to the attack, you get a bonus to the damage equal to twice the level of what you vaulted. So that means you could also use it for things like skill checks, reaction rolls, anything that you fancy. Because I believe that Daggerheart, being a very narrative focused game, it should have abilities. The class should have abilities that aid in narrative stuff, not only combat, and a lot of classes only do combat things. With that said, the game, I designed 2 subclasses for it because, you know, basically every class always has 2 subclasses, so I made 2 subclasses. There's the Armed Focus Myrmidon. Sorry, I lagged there. So the Armed Focus Myrmidon does have a spellcast trait. They use agility to cast their spells. Now, something that they can do is they have a special book, the Book of Arms, and they can store not all the weapons, but they can store weapons in their Book of Arms, and they can call upon the weapons inside their Book of Arms to aid them in what? Well, in any role they really want to. They can call out the weapons so they help them out in menial tasks and skill checks, and of course in combat. As they level up, they can take an ability that lets them use that same ability to be able to deal more damage, and in the capstone ability, they can use it as long as they keep spending stress. Oh, and a base ability that I gave the Myrmidon as well was an ability that lets them just use their spellcast trait as the trait for the weapon. They could be holding a big 2-handed greatsword, and instead of using strength, they could use agility if they're Armed Focus. Now the other one is Rune Focus, that uses knowledge. So with that ability, they'd be able to wield their great sword in 2 hands, but use knowledge to be able to attack with it. The Rune Focus has the spellcasting focus of knowledge, and they can create special runes to aid their weapon. They can make their weapon float, they can make their weapon go ahead and attack, and they can spend the stress to call their weapon from anywhere in the world. or anywhere in the multiverse if you're doing something like that. Also included in the little PDF, you have your cards, because they released the card creator, so I took advantage of that. I have cards there for the class and the subclasses, as well as ideas for how to build a character if you're level 1, because I like to give people idea of how to build their character. Remember, it's your character, play it however you want, but the ideas are there. And the book ends with something that I love to do back when I used to design for Pathfinder. A little quote from ideally the character that embodies the Myrmidon. It's a really fun one. I had a lot of fun creating this. I had a lot of fun writing it. My wife had a lot of fun drawing for it. You can find it in my store at DriveThruRPG. Just write down Angel. It'll be also in the description below. If I remember, I will pin a comment with the link to the store as well. I hope you guys have a lot of fun. If you have any ideas on classes you'd like to see, if you'd like to give me some feedback, go ahead. Be as harsh as you want. Trust me, I've been in this business for a long time. I took a 10-year break, sure, but I've been designing other things in the meantime. Love game design. So if you want to say it sucks, hey man, it sucks for you. It's fine. No skin off my nose. Every design will always get a fan. So up until next time, and the next time that I design classes, I have a couple more planned out, waiting for the art to be able to release them, because I want to make them really pretty alike. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, rule number 1, always have fun.